What's up guys, it's Allie and I'm here with another dream casting video. Today it's for Zatanna, the character of Zatanna. If you didn't know already, Doug Liman is going to be directing a Justice League Dark movie, and apparently it might get fast-tracked. We're not sure about it. We know that there's already been a script written. It was written by Guillermo del Toro, but we don't know if that's the script they're going to end up going with. But anyways, I'm really excited about this movie, so I wanted to do some dream castings, and the first one I wanted to start with was Zatanna. If you've seen my other dream casting videos, you know that I always start with number one. I always love to give the best, or my best dream casting first. And the first person that I think I really want to play Zatanna is Penelope Cruz. She's a little bit older, but it seems like they may end up going a little bit older with all the characters in the DCEU, because they obviously cast Batman as older, 45 ranged. So I think Penelope Cruz still has a very fresh look to her, and also young. And I've also heard a lot of talk about race bending the character of Zatanna and casting a Latina rather than going with the traditional look of her, which is, I believe, black hair and blue eyes, kind of a female version of Batman's look and Nightwing's look and so many other characters in the DCEU and the DC comics. So I think it would be really cool to do a race bend for her, and I think Penelope Cruz is the caliber of actor that can definitely pull it off. She's one of the probably most interesting characters in the Justice League Dark. John Constantine obviously being the first, but, well, to be honest, all of the characters are really cool, but Zatanna is a very interesting character because she casts spells, and she's like a magician and whatnot. Obviously, she also has to have a great physique to her because of what she traditionally wears, but that may be changed. We don't know. I hope it doesn't change because I love her outfit. But anyways, she's a really interesting character because she says spells backwards and whatnot. So I think that's so cool. And I think that the actress that they have to pick for her has to be a good caliber of actress and someone that can definitely pull off the role. And I think Penelope Cruz is someone who could do that. She's proven her chops time and time again. My favorite movie of her in it is Sahara with Matthew McConaughey. If you haven't seen that, definitely go watch it to check out Penelope Cruz. I'd be surprised if you haven't seen anything with her in it before, but if you didn't like something that she's been in, I would definitely suggest Sahara because she's really great in that. My second pick is Allison Williams. I think she's more of a traditional pick of, say, Zatanna's looks and whatnot. She's got the striking blue eyes, and I think they could definitely dye her hair to a darker color. She's got dark brown hair, but it would probably need to be black to fit the character mold. But they may not want to do that. Who knows? But anyways, she's got a great physique to her, and also I've seen a pattern almost with the DCEU, which is not that they necessarily like to, but they've definitely picked up a lot of HBO actors, and they're not afraid to go there. As we know, HBO has a great caliber of actors. I mean, just look at the young Pope with Jude Law. He's an amazing actor. So I think they would not be afraid to go for Allison Williams because she is an HBO actress. They've gone with Joe Manganiello for Deathstroke, who is going to be a huge character most likely in the DCEU, and Zatanna will as well. So I don't think they'll be afraid to go the HBO route. And it's also a way to kind of make someone a star rather than casting a star, as we've heard recently with what Joss Whedon's been talking about with casting Batgirl. And since Zatanna is not going to be the biggest character in Justice League Dark, John Constantine is, I think casting someone from HBO would be probably a smart move. Now, this is probably one of my personal favorite castings. This is my number 3 choice, which is Eva Green. If you haven't seen her, she was in a James Bond flick. She was one of the James Bond girls. She was a more interesting James Bond girl, though, because she's not the typical damsel in distress almost. She's more she just got more personality to her. So, and she's also got a really interesting look. She's definitely not the traditional Zatanna look, but I think she could so pull it off. And if they really wanted to go for an interesting actress to play Zatanna, who is a very interesting character, I think Eva Green would be almost a, I don't know, it would just be so cool to see her play the character of Zatanna and see what she would do with it. I'm a person that wants them to stick with the comic books and everything, but I think she would bring a spin to it that would not take away from the comics, but add to it and make her an even more interesting character. Because we all know that too often these characters that kind of dress in these clothes that show cleavage and whatnot, they can oftentimes be dumbed down a little bit and not given the type of character development that we want. But I think Eva Green is the person that would make that not happen. Obviously, she has a great physique, as we've saw through the James Bond films, but she's able to bring more to the character rather than just she's a beautiful girl. My fourth pick is Olivia Wilde. I'm a personal fan of Olivia Wilde's work, and I actually really love her look, and I think she would do a really good job as Zatanna, and also she would just be simply gorgeous in Zatanna's outfit, and I think she would just do a great job as Zatanna just on the looks alone. And she has, background in action, and she also has background in pretty much a multiple array of acting and different characters that she's played. She's acted with actors such as Daniel Craig, and she's just really good. She's a well-rounded actress, so I think she would do a really good job. I think all the actresses I've picked are quite well-rounded, other than maybe Allison Williams, who's I believe only been in HBO, but all the other ones have been in several things and done several different parts, and I think Olivia Wilde is one of those people that could definitely pull off doing a different type of thing with Zatanna. My last pick is for Emmy Rossum. Okay, so I loved her in The Phantom of the Opera, but honestly, who didn't? And I'm basically just trying to get Emmy Rossum in the DCEU or in a comic book movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an off-the-wall pick, but I would just flip out if someone like Emmy Rossum was cast as a character like Zatanna. Now, another thing to understand about Zatanna is she's not Wonder Woman. She doesn't have to have more muscular figure and whatnot because she casts spells. So if you're going to come at me and like, they don't have any action experience and whatnot, well, I don't really think they need to, because they're very different than the traditional, say, like a Scarlett Johansson character for Black Widow and Wonder Woman. So if you haven't seen it already, I would suggest you go watch the Justice League Dark animated film that just came out last year or early this year. I think it came out last year. By the way, Warner Brothers Animation is just killing it over there with their animated films. But definitely check it out, and then you can kind of see the characters that will be in the Justice League Dark film, and you can see their power set and what they do, and you can kind of more understand Zatanna's character and how she is, also just by reading the comics if you want to go that route as well. But if you're not into reading comic books and whatnot, definitely check out the animated film of Justice League Dark, and you can see Zatanna's character, and you could probably understand more why I would cast someone like Emmy Rossum and Eva Green and whatnot, people who don't really have like a muscular figure, but they could still pull off the character of Zatanna because she's not traditionally that way. She's more, she's kind of a witch, she's a magician. So she doesn't really need to be very muscular. She's just more someone who's really smart. She outwits people, and she casts spells on people. And before I end the video, I just wanted to bring up something. So a lot of people have been kind of bolstering Megan Fox. They really want her to be in the DCEU for whatever reason. They want her to either play a character in the Gotham City Sirens, such as Catwoman. I don't think personally she should play any character in the DCEU because she's simply toxic. She's toxic to the box office numbers. She's also toxic as an actress. I think she's a wooden actress in my opinion. I do not like her in anything that I've seen her in. From Ninja Turtles to Transformers, I do not like it at all. First Transformers, didn't like it. I didn't like her performance. The movie was okay, but I did not like Megan Fox's performances. And even Michael Bay said she wasn't good enough for it. I mean, like, come on. But, I just really don't think Megan Fox is the caliber of actress that should be in the DCEU films. So far, all we've seen them do is get big name talent, such as they just cast Ciarán Hinds for Steppenwolf, they cast Ben Affleck for Batman, and they cast Gal Gadot, who's kind of more Gal Gadot, sorry, an unknown actress, but yet so good. And so I'm just like, you know what? I don't really want Megan Fox. I just don't want that kind of connotation to be added to the DCEU, which has so many bad headlines anyways to deal with. So I just think it would be bad to cast her. Some people have said cast her for Zatanna because she looks like Zatanna, but I'm not seeing it, guys. I don't see it. I mean, she looks like her, but again, I just don't want her to be in the DCU in the first place. But you can let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. Who do you want to play Zatanna? And also let me know what you think of my picks. And if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!